Hello dear students, today we are in chapter 5 which is squares and square roots. So that lesson we are going to discuss in this today's video. Okay, now before going to squares and square root, first let us learn what are squares. What is the meaning of this squares? So that thing we are going to learn now. Okay, so what is the meaning of square? Because square concept is a new for you, isn't it? So squares means these are the numbers which you are going to get when you multiply the same number two times. Whenever a number is multiplied two times, that number should be the same number. Whenever you multiply the same number two times, whatever answer you are going to get, so that is the square of that multiplied number. So that is the meaning of the square. Okay. Now examples for that are 1 into 1 is equal to 1, 2 twos are 4, 3 threes are 9, so on. So whenever you multiply the numbers two times, that answers you are getting after the multiplication. That means this 1, this 4 and this 9. So these numbers will be considered as the square numbers or the perfect square numbers. So that is the definition of a square. So these are called as the square number according to the definition. Now let us learn some properties of the square numbers. So what are the properties are there? That thing we are going to learn now. So before going to the properties, just check the screen and there are squares of the numbers and the numbers also. So we have taken the numbers from 1 to 20. 20 is the last number. We are squaring that numbers up to 20. So 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. Like this we squared the numbers up to 20. 20 square is equal to 400. Right. So first property of the square number says that whenever you square any number, in the unit place of the square number, either you are getting 0 or you are getting 1 or you are getting 4, 5, 6 or 9. So these numbers only you will get the unit place of your square number. So that is the first property of the square numbers. You can check here also. So here whatever numbers we squared from 1 to 20 in the unit places of all the square numbers. So here you have the square numbers and here also you have a square number. In the unit places either you are having 1, you are having 4, 9, 6, 5 like that numbers or 0. You are having that numbers only. Other than this you are not getting any other number in the square of the number, isn't it? So that is the first property of the square number. Now let us move on to the second property. Before going to the second property, just check this thing. So here we have taken the number 1, 9, 11, 19, 21, right? So after squaring, 1 square is 1, 9 square is 81, 11 square is 121, 19 square is 361, 21 square is 441. So what we can conclude from this? From this we can conclude that whenever you are squaring a number which is having 1 or 9 in the unit place, whatever square you get, that square always have 1 in the unit place. That is the second property of your square number. Whenever we square a number having 1 or 9 in the unit place, the square number will always ends with 1. So that is our second property of the square numbers. Now move on to the next property. So here also we have some numbers and their square. The numbers are 4, 6, 14 and 16. And after squaring we are getting 16, 36, 196, 256. Right? So from this what we can observe? From this we can say that if a number have 4 or 6 in the unit place, if you are having 4 or 6 in the unit place of the number which you are squaring, after squaring that number, always you are going to get 6 in the unit place of that number. That is the third property of your square number. That thing we can conclude. Right? Okay. So let us recall these three properties one more time. First property is if the number ends with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, then it must be a square number. Okay, square number always have these numbers in their unit place. Second property is if a number has 1 or 9 in the unit place, then its square will end with 1. That is the second property of the number. Third property is if the number have 4 or 6 in the unit place, when it is squared, the number always ends with 6. That is the third property of the square number. Next, move on to the next. When we square a number having 0 in the unit place. So if you have 0 in the unit place of any number, then after squaring, the number of zeros will be doubled. For example, here if you are squaring 10, 10 square is equal to 100, right? So here we have 1 0 in the unit place. When we square, the number of zeros are doubled. We are getting 2 zeros in the unit place. That is the meaning of this property. So here some examples we have. 20 square 400, 1 0 has doubled into 2. 80 square 6400, 1 0 has doubled into 2 again. Next here 100 square, 2 zeros are doubled into 4. 200 square, again 2 zeros are doubled into 4 zeros. 700 square, here also 2 zeros doubled into 4. Like this, whenever we square a number which is having 0 in the unit place, how many zeros are there in its square number, that zeros will get doubled. So that is one more property of the square number. Now but this thing also you have to remember. If the square number have even number of zeros, even number of zeros means if after multiplication, if you are getting 2 zeros, 4 zeros, 6 zeros, 8 zeros, 10 zeros, like this. In even number count, if you are getting the zeros, then it may be perfect square or may not be a perfect square. There is no condition that after multiplying the number, if you are getting even number of zeros, it is not that it is always a perfect square. Because sometime it may be a perfect square and sometime it may not be a perfect square. As there in the example, 2500, this 2500 is a perfect square number. But 500 is not a perfect square number. In 2500 also you have 2 zeros, even number zeros. In 500 also you have even number zeros, isn't it? So it may be a perfect square number or it may not be a perfect square number. That thing you have to keep in your mind. Okay, next is if a number have odd number of zeros. Odd number of zeros means you are having 1 0 after multiplication, you are getting 3 zeros. If you are getting odd number of zeros, 5 zeros, 7 zeros, 9 zeros, like that zeros you are getting after multiplying any number or after finding the square of any number, then it is definitely not a perfect square number. Okay. So if you are getting even number of zeros, it may be perfect or it may not be perfect square. But If you are getting odd number of zeros, then it is definitely non-perfect. There is no confusion in that and there is nothing to check for that. By checking at the zeros in the square of the number, you can directly say that this is a non-perfect square number. Understood? So some examples I have taken. 22,000. In 22,000 we have 3 zeros and 3 is an odd number. So this is non-perfect square. 50. In 50 we have 1 zero and 1 is an odd number. So this 50 is also an non-perfect square number, or it is not a perfect square number. Hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the next. With the help of properties, solve these questions. That is the next what we are going to do here. With the help of try these questions. In your textbook, you have so many questions which are given as try these. So the try these questions we are going to solve with the help of the properties which we have learned now. First is, can we say whether the following numbers are perfect squares? Just now we learned in the first property, right? When they are perfect square, isn't it? So first question is 1057. In the unit place you have 7. And as we learned in the first property, just see the first property once. In the unit place you should get 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. But there we are getting 7, isn't it? So this is not a perfect square number. Next is 23,453. Just check the unit place. Unit place is 3. This is also not a perfect square number. Next, check the next number. Next number is 7,928. Check the unit place. Unit place is 8. 8 is also not there in our list. So 8, this is also not a perfect square number. Next, okay. Next question is 1069, and after that question it is 2061. So here these numbers are ending with 9 and 1, but these two are not a perfect square numbers, because you are not going to get these two numbers when you multiply any number 2 times. Okay, when we recall the first property, we have to keep one thing in mind, that in the perfect square numbers, if you get 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9, they may be a perfect square numbers or may not be a perfect square numbers. There are two conditions, like the zeros, isn't it? So in the zeros we learned that if we have even number of zeros, then it may be perfect square or may not be perfect square. In the same way, in all the conditions where you are getting 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9, they may not be the perfect square. Sometimes they are non-perfect square also. That thing we have to check with the help of a division process, which you are going to learn next. Okay, next, come to the next question. Which of the following number would have digit 6 at the unit place? Just recall the second property. If you have 4 or 6 in the unit place of the number, after squaring you are always going to get 6 in the unit place of that square number. Now here 19 square, so here it is having 9. This is not an number ending with 6. 24 square, after squaring it will end with 6. 26 square also end with 6. 36 also, 34 square also. Except 19 square, all the other numbers ends with 6 when they have squared. So that is the next question. Which of 123 square, 77 square, 82 square, 161 square, 109 square would end with digit 1? So that is the third property. Just recall, whenever you have 1 or 9 in the unit place of the number which you are squaring. If you have 1 and 9 in the unit place of the number which you are squaring, then after square you will always get 1 in the end. Okay, now check for that numbers. First number is 123 square having 3. So here 1 you are not going to get in the unit place. Next number 77 square having 7 in the unit place. After squaring you are not going to get 1 in the unit place. Next is 82 square having 2 in the unit place, right? When we square this, here also we are not going to get 1. Next two questions are 161 square and 109 square. Now here 161 having 1 in the unit place, 109 having 9 in the unit place. So when you square these two numbers, your answer's unit place is always 1. So these two would end with digit 1. So that is how the properties of square numbers we can use to simplify this question. I hope you liked the video and you understood the concept of square numbers. Thank you.